I mean, I might need to go get some wine. 30 and single, unmarried, with no children. How do I really feel about it? Okay, you guys, you can already tell by the title of this video that we about to start talking, all right? We about to get real. This is just a genuine, transparent conversation about turning 30 as a 94 baby. I was born in 94. Come knock on my door. See what's good in my little old hood. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. This is just a video to be transparent about my journey and my singleness and being without children and things of that nature at the age of 30. How I feel about it. What's good? Like what's tea? Is it as bad as people make it seem? Is it should I feel like my life is over? Am I devalued as a woman? On a serious note, let's just go back to 23-year-old, 24-year-old, 25-year-old Tori. That Tori wanted to be married and wanted to have children at a younger age, right? I would have loved to be married with child at a younger age. Ideally, I would have loved to have all my kids before 30. And we see, we see that is not the case. We see that's based off of the title of this video, we see that that's not what happened, right? But here's the real deal. The person I was when I thought I wanted to be married and have children at a young age was so different from the person that I am now. The person that I was back then, I'm not saying at all that she never would have got it. I'm not saying that she never would have been a good mom or a good wife, but I am saying that there were a lot of lessons I needed to learn. And ideally, I would like to think that as a mom and as a wife, there are certain things that you have within you, like self-value, self-worth, a positive self-image, and knowing what boundaries and respect are. And baby girl didn't know that. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna hold you. Baby girl didn't know. She didn't know. She didn't know. She didn't understand. Like, I idolized marriage. I idolized having a family, and doing that made me act as if I was a wife to a lot of men who shouldn't have even been in my presence. Okay? They shouldn't have even been in my presence because I didn't know any better. But they say when you know better, you do better. And that's what I think I'm doing at this point. But we'll see. So how do I feel now? Do I feel like I missed something? Do I feel like I'm inadequate? Do I feel like I'm devalued? The answer is absolutely positively not. I absolutely positively feel like I am the best version of myself I've ever been. I'm closest to God. I am more authentic with who I want to be. I'm able to be more vulnerable. I'm able to be more transparent. I'm able to put myself out there. I'm able to bet on myself. I've learned how to be the type of person that a spouse could be proud of, and not necessarily devote my entire life to uplifting someone else, especially someone that doesn't uplift me, you know? Which I don't think I shouldn't uplift my spouse. I don't think my spouse shouldn't uplift me. But I do feel like there's a balance between being able to uplift someone else and still understanding that you deserve to be uplifted as well. Valuing and being equally yoked, genuinely, and not just you meeting this person over here and they not having to move at all, you know? Understanding that and understanding that there were things I had to grow. There were things I had to learn. There were things that I had to overcome with myself before I could get to that point. And a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now, I would have never felt the urge to do if I had a family that I had to think about, if I had a husband I had to think about, if I had a child I had to think about. I would have never wanted to take the leap and take the jump and do what I had to do to get what I needed to get done. And I'm thankful for the time that God has allowed me to learn myself and grow with him and build a relationship with him, because it's like, God knows your heart. So for all the women out there who feel like, oh, I want a family, oh, I want kids, oh, I want this, oh, I want that, and you're idolizing it to an extent. No, you shouldn't be idolizing it, but it's also to some extent, just be thankful that God respects you enough to not allow anything to happen to you that could be something that would hurt you. If I would have got pregnant by anybody that I was dating or messing with in the past, baby, that's no shade to none of them, but if I would have had to get married and go through a divorce with someone that I was dating in the past, Like, these are all things to where count your blessings. Look at the protection. If you want a family that breaks generational curses, do you think that's going to be something where someone just going to fall in your lap? Because that's not how that works. And there's been times where I've gotten closer to God and I'm thinking like, oh, God is sending me my husband and da-da-da. And literally it was a spawn of Satan trying to lead me straight to hell with him. A few of them. I be praying for them now though, because forgiveness is in my heart. And you have to be able to discern things like that. You have to be able to grow. You have to be able to know better. If you knew better, you do better. And baby, we know better now. We know better. And we also know that with having faith in God, that means having unshakable faith. In the climate that we live in today, people would definitely think like, oh my gosh, you're not married. Oh my gosh, how are you going to have like a good quality man? Any man that you're going to get, he going to be someone, he going to be divorced. He going to have all these kids. He going to do. I'm not worried about none of that. If I think God is going to do something for me, he's going to do something for me despite what the circumstances look like. I'm going to say that and I'm going to leave that there. The things that I wanted in a man, let's talk about that. Back when I didn't know no better. And the things that I was worried about. And now one of the most important things that I want in a man is I want him to be God-fearing. I want a praying husband. I want to be able to pray over my house and pray over my family. But I also want a man that has a relationship with God outside of me. Know how to open your Bible outside of me. Do things for God because you love him outside of me. Because when I know that you have a relationship with God and your relationship with God is like this, it's better than the relationship you got with me. How could I ever feel like you're going to intentionally try to harm me? How could I ever feel like you're not trustworthy? Because we after the same person. We after the same thing. That's alignment. That's being equally yoked. I think that's beautiful, personally. And I feel like it's not naive. I feel like it's not silly. I feel like it's not any of those things to have that desire. And I'm thankful that I have the desire now. And I ain't had that before. I didn't have that desire before. And it's not because I didn't care about God, but I cared about other things more. And that's what idolizing something is when you can't see the things that you should be wanting when you're in alignment with God. And when you seek him and chase him with all your heart and say, I want better. The last guy that I dated, I actually decided while I was dating him that I wanted to be abstinent. If someone's dating you and they decide, if someone is dating you and they decide they want to be abstinent while they're dating you, child, I don't know what to tell you. In that journey and in that decision in itself, I feel like I've learned so much, and that's going to be a whole nother situation, a whole nother video. I decided that I wanted to do this because I just didn't want that to be a pivotal thing in my life. And honestly, I wanted to know that I had the restraint and know that I had the determination and I could stand on business when it came down to something I wanted to do for myself like that. I'm not quite at a year, but we're nearing it. Okay. We're nearing my year anniversary of abstinence, and I will probably be talking about that once I get there. But valuing something like that in myself and then being able to value it in someone else, not because of me, not because of their circumstance, but because they want to do it for God. That's like dope. I'm just saying, like, that's how I feel. Is that weird? Anyways, I don't care. Yeah. So how do I feel about it? I'm on a path. I'm in a process. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing what I got to do. One thing that I will say to my husband, is I am tired. I will say I'm tired. Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few. I'm tired in a sense of I've owned my home since I was 24. I've lived here by myself for majority of the time. I did rent my room out twice for short periods of time. But like, I do want to be in my feminine energy. And right now I'm living my soft life with God. I'm like, God, you gonna do it. Something needs to be done. God gonna fix it. That's what I know, because I'm tired of having to be feminine and try to be soft, and then also like when it comes down to dating and being like I've been this thing, I've been doing this for myself for however long, and now you're trying to come into the picture and start telling me what to do. Stop. Like, what is this? So being able to balance being feminine while I'm doing everything for myself and like doing this and doing that, like, it is tiring to an extent. And that's just because yesterday I had to buy a new battery for my car, and literally they popped the hood and they start trying to take the battery out. And it's like, it's melted onto the battery. And my car is in good condition, but the battery is melted. Like the prongs and stuff are melted onto the car. And I'm just like, you know, they're like, well, do you check under the hood of your car? And I'm like, I get my oil changed and my tires rotated, and I be checking for lights to come on. I just got some new tires, sir. Please do not come for me. Stuff like that. It's like there's little things that I'm like, I know I wouldn't have to deal with this if I got into where people in the parking lot are like, you single? And I'm like, I am. Clearly, like, why would I be up here if I wasn't? Anyways, so it was literally 3 strangers in the parking lot of AutoZone. And please do not miss the fact that while I'm complaining about not having 1 man, God sent me 3 to get the job done. Okay? Basically doing work on my car for over an hour, installing a new battery. And it's like stuff like that. It's like, dang, like, to all you girls who got good men out there who will take your car and get a new battery and will make sure your battery isn't old. Now I know that a battery can't stay in your car for 4 years. The battery light should have came on. I ain't even gonna hold you. That's not my fault. Not my monkey, not my circus. Okay? So things like that, I'd be like, oh, this is not the life I'm trying to live for too long, too much longer. One day soon, we're manifesting my husband, my husband, my husband. Yes, my husband did that. Like, I don't even want no man. I'm not a girlfriend. I'm not nobody's girlfriend. That's why I ain't been no girlfriend in a long time, because God knows this is not what that is for. So yeah, I just kind of sat down and decided I was going to talk about this, and here we are. But to anybody who's like 30, turning 30, it's your 30th, you're a 94 baby like me, turn up, or you're in your 30s, or whatever the case may be, don't let your faith waver. Like, do not let your faith waver just because it feels like something you're insecure about, or you feel like you're gonna be whole. You ain't gonna be no more whole with that man. That man is not gonna change nothing about you individually by yourself. Your marital status does not increase or decrease your value in the world. Don't think that that's gonna fix anything. And I'm talking about it like I'm married, or like I've been there. I ain't been there or done that, but I do genuinely feel like that is the case. And you're not gonna feel any more secure, any more valuable once you're married. And if you do, it won't last that long. Not the marriage, but like the feeling, because you gotta fill your own cup. You cannot wait for someone to come along and fill your cup up. You cannot wait for someone to come along and make you feel valuable. You cannot wait for someone to come along and make you feel like you have a sense of belonging, or you can fit in now, or you can relate now. And I get it. I want to be a wife as well. I feel like it would be fun. I feel like it would be great. I feel like it would be a blast, but it's not going to make me more of a woman to say I'm married. It's not going to make me more of anything. God does that for me. God fulfills me. God makes me whole. God gives me value. God makes me beautiful. God makes me deserving. It's God. It's not the man that God allows to come and be your partner in his life. Don't idolize it, and don't stress about it, and don't worry about it, and have faith that God is providing for you even in this season. Even in this season of where it feels like something that's so big. You got the career, you got the house, you got the car, you got the this, you got the that, and now you just like, I just want my husband. I just want my husband. Position yourself to be found. Figure out what it is that's blocking you and